I just wanted to put my 2 cents in about this CCSVI that Dr. Zamboni came out about. Odds are you already know what it is. If you don't, I'm going to put a link in the sidebar to Angela's and Irish Bear's video. They're very informative, and the theory makes sense. It really does. So I went to go research it a little more. I went to a forum. I know they're not sometimes the best places to go, but I went to a forum that had people that have already been through the procedure of opening up their veins and letting blood flow through. They received it at Stanford University, and they basically said everything's improved. They have had no relapses since then. So I'll put a link to the form if you would like to go read it. They basically ask a lot of questions that I was wondering, and I came across a form that was test at home. And I thought, test at home? How can you test for that at home? But it makes a lot of sense, and my jaw dropped. And I went to my mom and I said, Mom, when I exercise and you see my face that gets really red and stuff, like after physical therapy, do you notice if my body is red? And she goes, no, your body's never red. It's actually kind of white. And it's just your face that's flushed. And I said, really? And she goes, no, your body's never red. And I went, oh. And this post said that since the blood flow to the brain is bad, the blood can't circulate right, and only your head gets hot, gets red. They call it tomato head. And I thought, oh, I've had tomato head all my life. I mean, especially when my sophomore year of college, I had a PE class I had to take, and I was running a lot, and my head would just get so flushed, but my body wouldn't. Like, I would get tomato head, and I would only sweat. I would sweat here and on my forehead and below my nose and below, but nowhere else. I would never sweat like under my armpits, or I would never sweat anywhere else in my body, just my head. So I thought, oh my goodness, it makes sense. And I read more, and everyone that posted said, I get tomato head too, I get tomato head too, I get tomato head too. And I thought, holy crap. It makes sense. That's all I can say right now. Please do your own research. Make a video about what you find. Don't go just on us. Do your own research. Because we're definitely not doctors, but it just makes sense to us. One of my mother's friends said, be a mini specialist in your disease. And that's what I've been trying, being a mini specialist. And it makes sense to me. And it makes sense that whenever I take steroids and the inflammation goes down, that I'm able to walk. I'm able to do things 10 times better than I did before. So I just wanted to put that out there. The next thing I wanted to talk about was Dr. Zamboni is releasing a research paper about it today, the Wednesday, the 25th. He's releasing a research paper, and the press is going to get permission to release it. They said this afternoon, but I don't know. It's 4 o'clock now, and I still haven't found it. But maybe, hopefully, tomorrow or Friday, they'll have the paper out. But I'm definitely going to print out that paper, read it front to back. I'm going to go to my neurologist and say, please, may I get tested for this? Because, the solution, if this is the solution, I'm not saying it is. So I'm skeptical. This is like the too good to be true type thing. But if it is true, the solution is so simple to people with MS, because all you do is take an MRV and to look at your veins, and if you have a kink in your neck, they insert a balloon and they stretch it out a little, and so blood flow can go back to normal. And with people who especially on Tysabri, where we've faced the challenge of getting PML and possibly dying from it to better our quality of life, I think a surgery, just a neck surgery, could be amazing. I mean, no drugs, no, I don't know, but I'm just saying that. Go look for Dr. Zamboni's new paper. If I find it, I'm going to put a link in the sidebar so you can read it. Those are the only two things, the tomato head and the paper, that I wanted to add to it. So I'm too fearful to get really excited about it, but in my heart I'm like hoping, oh God, please, please, please. And in my mind I'm thinking, I could possibly be normal again. I could go and have a job and say, I'm hungry, I want a sandwich, and get up and make myself a sandwich. I don't want to get too wrapped up into it and have it come out, oh no, psych, I'm just kidding. But time will tell. We will see what happens. And I've read some posts, PS, I read some posts on the thing that said the MS Society isn't behind it, that they don't recommend getting tested for it and stuff. But you have to think about how many people are on betaseron, how many people are on Tysabri, how much a month does that cost? And then if it turns out to be a physical kink in your neck that's not letting the blood flow, and all of a sudden the blood flow is fine, we're going to put a lot of drug companies down, because we're going to say we don't need interferons anymore. We don't need Tysabri anymore. Something else to think about. You gotta think where it's coming from. I've gibbered on enough. Oh my gosh, 11 minutes. So do your own research. Be wary of where your research comes from. If Dr. Zamboni signed it, that's what, came out of his mouth. If another, especially a drug company, saying, no, it's not the cure, take it with a grain of salt. That's my 2 cents. I put it out there. I'm excited, but wary of it still. So I think I've gibbered on long enough. Thank you for watching my video, and if you get tomato head, please put it in a comment down there. If you get tomato head, and like my little sister, she's in PE class right before she comes home from school. She comes home and I said, Noelle, is your arms or anything else ever hot and stuff? She goes, oh yeah, I get pit stains and sweating, and I sweat like under my belly and stuff. And I thought, I don't do that. Anyway, if you get tomato head, put tomato head down in the comments. Time will tell. We'll find out. Okay, thank you for watching me jibber jabber for forever. Research. Maybe we're onto something. Maybe Dr. Zamboni's onto something. Oh, and he will win the Nobel Peace Prize if it turns out to be true. I'll support him. Thank you very much for watching. I know I said that like 17 times already. Thank you, and this is the last goodbye.